Hi, welcome along to ArsenalFanTV. Now, you know, I wanted to do this video. I wanted to do this video actually a couple of weeks ago. But then I thought to myself, the other night when I went to the Bournemouth game and Alexis Sanchez at the end of the game was really upset with the outcome of the game. At the end of the game, he just threw his gloves down and he stormed off the pitch, and lots of people were bigging him up, saying that, you know, he showed a lot of passion and stuff, which he did. You know, he's a passionate guy. Listen, no secret, Alexis Sanchez, my favourite player at Arsenal. But for me, I thought what he done the other night was a bit out of order, and I'm going to give you the reason why. Alexis Sanchez was stood right next to the Arsenal fans. He was playing on the left wing. And if anybody's ever been to Bournemouth, it's one of those old-fashioned stadiums where the crowd are really near. You know, they've got this phrase sometimes where they say you can lean over and touch the player. You can literally do that at Bournemouth. So you're really near to the fans. Now, the final whistle blew, right? The fans on that night made a long journey to get down to Bournemouth. It's just after Christmas, so half of us are skint. Long trip down there, 3-hour drive for most people coming from London. You know, saw a pretty poor performance. All right, it was a fantastic fight back by the team. And to be fair to the fans, you know, sometimes like you see teams losing 3-0 and like you look over and you see loads and thousands of fans streaming out. A bit like when we played West Ham. When it was 3-0, half of the stadium was gone. They'd gone home. It wasn't like that at a game. The fans stayed and they, you know, yes, they were getting on the backs of the team a little bit, but once the first goal went in, they're right behind the team and they helped push the team across the line. Now, Alexis Sanchez just threw his gloves down and walked straight off the pitch. He didn't even look over his shoulder at the fans behind him. He didn't turn round and even just give a thumbs up or a clap or anything. He just walked straight off the pitch. And it weren't just him. There was other Arsenal players who just went. They just went straight down the tunnel. I think the only people who came over were Giroud, Oxlade-Chamberlain. He always comes over. I think Petr Cech, he always comes over. There's a couple other players who came over. Bellerin always does as well. Came over, clapped the fans, said thank you, and came off the pitch, obviously disappointed. But this, for me, is a big problem, right? And as I said, Alexis just reminded me of it, right? And he's culpable in this. Ozil does it a lot as well, right? I'm going to call them out, right? That a lot of times when we're playing, and it's not just away games, home games as well, when the game finishes, the players just walk straight off the pitch. As I said, there's certain players that always come and thank the fans. I think that in particular the English players, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Walcott, those guys, they always come over. Bellerin always comes over. Petr Cech as well, respect to him, he always comes over. But there's many other players that all they do is they just walk straight off the pitch. Or there's other players that they come over at the end of the game, when it's at the Emirates, they come over to the North Bank. I sit in the North Bank, right? And you'll see them come over, and you see them sometimes on TV. They come over to the corner and they're clapping. And you think they're clapping the fans, but they're not. They're looking above. Because above that area in the North Bank, that is like the boxes where a lot of the players' wives and family and that sit. So they're actually clapping them and saying, well done. What about the fans? You're going to see your missus later on. But what about the fans? Now, I'm putting this out there, and I hope this gets out there to a lot of the players at Arsenal. I want to start seeing you guys coming over and showing some appreciation for the fans. Arsenal fans are magnificent. They've stuck by this team. Listen, remember, and I say this and people think sometimes I'm joking when I say this, right? The Arsenal fans are amongst the most loyal fans there are, right? All right, you might hear rants, you might hear fans moaning. We haven't won the league for a very long time. We haven't won the Champions League. We haven't won a lot of things in a 10-year period. We were told to be patient because of the move, and we have been in general. It's only over the last few years you've seen a lot of people get really frustrated, but we always pack out our way in. It doesn't matter where it is, what day it is. You know, Tuesday night at Everton away, packed. No trains to get home, still packed. That's Arsenal. That's our fans. The Emirates Stadium, always packed, despite it being the highest ticket price, always packed. You see other top clubs like Man City, Chelsea, and that, you see gaps packed at the Emirates. The players need to start showing some appreciation to those fans. When a fan has travelled a long distance to go to watch a football game, what does it take a player to just turn around, come over and say, thank you guys, cheers for your support, and walk off the pitch? What does that take? I was watching Liverpool the other day, and when their game finished, the manager Klopp told his players, go over and thank the fans. I've seen Guardiola do it as well. I've seen other managers of clubs do it. Arsene Wenger just walked straight down the tunnel. But for me, it's up to him or the captain or whoever to make sure that this becomes a thing now. That when a game's finished, the players come over and thank the fans. Don't just walk straight down the tunnel, And I know what you're going to say. Oh, Alexis was upset. I was upset as well. I wanted 3 points too. And do you know what? I'm not driving back on a luxury coach. I got to drive back in my car. I didn't get in that night until after 3 in the morning. And I had to wake up at 7 o'clock to take my kids to school. So, and you know what? Don't even include me in it because, ArsenalFanTV is like my job now. So it's a lot different for me. But what about a guy that's come there by car or by train and has got to go to work the next morning, which is loads and loads and loads of fans there? Would have got back at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and have to wake up at 7 o'clock and go to work and sit in an office day all day or be outside all day. Can't you come over and say thank you? Just a couple of, just a clap like that. Cheers, guys, and walk off. What's this walking straight down the tunnel stuff? For me, it has to stop. Something needs to be said to those players. Come over and thank the fans after every game. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Win or lose, come over and thank the fans. And I'll tell you what, you start to get a lot more respect off of all of the fans. You really will start to get a lot more respect off of them. You see clubs in Germany, have a look at those clubs. Nobody walks straight off. They go over and they thank their fans. Borussia Dortmund will go over. I'll never forget this. We played Borussia Dortmund one year at the Emirates, and their whole team came over and sat down in front of their fans. And then they got up and started clapping them, and then they went off. It's a dumb thing in Germany. Özil used to play in Germany, so I'm sure he knows that. Listen, players, sort it out. I don't want to see just the regular guys who always do it, and I'm really grateful to those guys. I'm grateful to Oxlade-Chamberlain. I don't even care if he's had a bad game. I'm grateful to the fact that he always comes over and thanks the fans. I'm grateful to the fact that Theo always comes over and thanks the fans. Petr Cech, I'm grateful for that. You don't know how much that does when I see that they come over and do that. But some of the other players, even though I love you just the same, I hate to see when you just walk off the pitch without thanking the fans, or you walk over into the corner and just thank your family and then walk off. Because without us fans, whilst you're at this club, we're part of your family. Without us, trust me. So make sure you thank the fans. Thanks for watching ArsenalFanTV. What's your view on it? Am I making a load of fuss over nothing? Or do you agree with me? Let me know. I'm going to run a poll on it, actually. Let me know whether you agree with me or whether you think that, listen, who cares? If they want to walk off, they walk off. Who cares? Why should they come and thank anybody? Why should they thank some of some of the fans that we see that appear on ArsenalFanTV who start ranting at them? Listen, this is what I'm about here. This is a democracy. Let me know what you think about it. Thanks for watching ArsenalFanTV, and don't forget to subscribe here. Thank you.